I have a couple of friends who kind of struggled during lockdown as well, and they got quite into drugs. You know, that's one way to deal with the fucking boredom. I'm not a drugs person, man. I've tried. It just doesn't work for me, man. I smoke weed sometimes and I hate it, and I keep doing it. Because I want cool people to like me. You know, I hate weed, man, you know? And people who smoke weed, they're always like, you just haven't tried the right kind. Like, there's loads of different types and they all do different stuff. You could have, like, indica weed. That's like a strain of weed where it's like indica. You know, it's like where you're, like, low and you're, like, stoned. You know, you're, like, indica. You're in the couch, you know? And then there's, like, sativa. You know, it's a different type. It's like sativa. It's like you're up, you're high. You're sativa. It's like sativa Saturday night, you know? And I'm always like, oh, what strain is it where you have one puff and then you just don't speak for an hour? You start wondering if your dad's really your dad, you know? Even though you've seen photographs of him from the 80s and he looks exactly like maybe he's got a mullet and a mustache, you know? Then you're like, well, maybe he got surgery when I was born. Doesn't make any sense. You know, Scotland's got a bad drug problem, man. Do you know Scotland is the #1 country in the world for cocaine abuse? #1 in the world? I don't want to cast aspersion on what country I assumed would be #1. Surely Colombia. I mean, that's where they make it. It's like if Colombia was #1 in the world for drinking iron brew. You'd be like, what? Just a wee Colombian guy, like, we like it, you know? It tastes like someone left coins in Sprite, yeah. For fucks, that is what it tastes like. Notes of the 2p piece. Especially an Iron Brew Extra. You know, I'm #1 in the world for doing cocaine. That makes me sad, man. You know, it makes me sad because, like, cocaine's a bad drug. And you know it's a bad drug because nobody is ever trying to legalize it. All the other drugs have people who really believe in them. Like, you get people who smoke weed and they're like, no, weed should be legal. It's good for chronic back pain. It's good for chronic knee pain. It makes bad films good, you know. There's like loads of valid arguments. Even other drugs. I was watching this Netflix documentary about magic mushrooms, right? And there was this big fat American guy in it, and he was like, magic mushrooms should be legal. I gave magic mushrooms to my grandmother, and it cured her dementia. And I was like, I fucking doubt it. Yeah. Like, I'm sure she was confused in a different way from usual, but I don't think you've cured her dementia. But he believes it. He believes the world would be a better place if people had free and easy access to magic mushrooms. Maybe he's right. I've never seen anybody try to legalise cocaine. There's no movement for it. Nobody's trying to get elected on that platform. Nobody's parading for that, you know? What does it even look like? Just some cunt coming out of Genting Casino at 4 o'clock in the morning? What, a black eye and one shoe and a nosebleed going, legalise cocaine! It ruins everything. It's a compelling argument. I was talking about this recently. I was in here, actually, a couple of months ago, and I was doing stand-up in here, I was doing my cocaine stuff, and I was like, oh, nobody wants to legalise cocaine. And then this girl who was in the crowd, she messaged me on Instagram after the show, and she was like, by the way, I'm studying psychotherapy at university, and we found one person who did want to legalise cocaine, Dr. Sigmund Freud. The 1800s Viennese psychotherapist. He loved cocaine. He wanted to use cocaine as medicine to cure heroin addiction. Doesn't work, you know? I don't know if you've seen Trainspotting, right? But they've been giving it a bash here for a while and just fruitless results, you know? It doesn't work at all. I was thinking about that. I couldn't believe that Dr. Sigmund Freud loved cocaine so much, you know? But then I started reading some of his theories on Wikipedia, and they do sound like the ramblings of a cokehead, you know? He was always saying weird stuff. He was always like, yeah, did you know there are 2 parts of the human brain? We have the conscious part and the subconscious part, and the conscious parts, like normal everyday stuff, like I go to the shops and I say hello to my neighbor. But then did you know secretly, subconsciously, everybody wants to fuck their own mother? Yeah? Did you know that? Yeah? Did you know that? Yeah? Did you know secretly everybody wants to kill their own daddy? Yeah? Did you know that? Yeah? Did you know secretly everybody wants to, when you smoke a cigar, you really want to suck a dick. You want to suck your daddy's dick. You're like, you need to lay off the gear, big man. Freaking everybody out. Imagine being cornered by Dr. Sigmund Freud at a house party. 2 o'clock in the morning in the kitchen next to the microwave. He's just sitting there with his wee tiny glasses on, his big mustache, going, "You wanna suck your daddy's dick?" You're like, phone this guy a taxi, man. He's ruining the vibe. The guy needs a glass of water, man,